Hi, and welcome to Here with Laura. I'm your host, Laura Williams. I'm a designer, entrepreneur, and mom, and this is a space where real life and meaningful conversations meet. Today on Here with Laura, I'm joined by someone who has helped shape the way Austinites eat, explore, and now even live. You probably know her as A Taste of Koko, the powerhouse food and travel creator who spent years spotlighting the best of Austin's restaurants, experiences, and hidden gems. But beyond her wildly successful online presence, she's also an interior designer and the creative force behind Howdy Homes, bringing her signature style and warmth into the spaces people call home. So, Jane Coe is not only a leading voice in Austin's creator community, she's also a new mom, a visionary, and an entrepreneur, and someone who continues to reinvent what's possible in her career. So, without further ado, Jane Coe, welcome
Thank you.
Here with Laura. I'm so happy to have you on the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
So, I was so excited because you came into the shop maybe 2 months ago.
Mhm.
And it was so nice. You gave us a nice little, spotlight on your
Well, the shop was so pretty.
Thank you. We pour a lot of ourselves into it. It takes a village, but it's really fun to just kind of curate things for people in Austin. And you definitely have, a pulse on the dial of what actually is, successful here. So it was a huge honor to have you. And I'm so excited to have you here today, too.
Me too.
So are you from Austin?
I am not. I'm originally from South Texas,
Okay.
and I moved to Austin in 2007 to go to school at UT. So, hook 'em horns.
Oh, okay. So you went to UT, and that's how you ended up in Austin. Have you left since, or have you
I've
been here?
not. I wasn't going to stay, and then I ended up staying.
Yeah.
I know I
Well,
can't leave.
Now you are the voice of Austin, essentially. So when did you start A Taste of Koko? Because you've been blogging for like 15 years, right? More?
It's been a long time. I started in 2010 when I was at UT. I was getting my degree in nutrition, was originally pre-med, and that went out the window the first semester. College was hard.
Mhm.
It was really hard, and I was like, academics are not for me. And I was reading a couple of national blogs, got super inspired, was like, how do I build a website on Google? And Google told me to open a website on Blogspot, and that's how I started tasteofkoko.com.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So then you weren't even trying to be any sort of writer at the time. You didn't realize that this would be, your life. You see like journalists, I needed to write. But this was more of like a creative outlet to you where you found something new and exciting that you didn't realize you had a passion for.
Yeah, and I still don't consider myself a writer. I love shooting photos,
Yeah.
and so I really let my photos do a lot of the talking. I was working 4 part-time jobs, saved up money to buy my first DSLR, then upgraded. Definitely not a professional writer. I've had a few professors that every semester ask me to come and talk to their AP classes. And for the longest
Wow.
time, I'd be like, what is AP style? And I think a lot of people think I have a degree in journalism, but I don't.
Well, your career has definitely shown that you seem like you do. So that's a testament to what you're doing. And I mean, did you even imagine that this would be the trajectory of your life when you started your blog?
No, I was applying for so many marketing jobs, any marketing job in Austin, and I just couldn't get anyone to hire me. And my website was just the one thing I kept falling back to.
Well, and it kind of shows that consistency, and anything you do is key. I mean, if you're consistent with that and and I'm sure now too, with social media, even more, and people needing something from you every single day, consistency is the only thing that's going to keep you relevant.
I think so.
Yeah. What do you think was the turning point where you realized, I don't need to continue searching for something different? I've got it at my fingertips. Did you have like an aha moment?
Funny you said aha. So in I think it's 2014, 2015, I was working for a health and wellness startup, and my website was starting to get traction. This is before social was really anything. Like companies like Whole Foods and even UT had invited me to come talk to their teams about how to like shoot content and how to run social because social
wow.
was so foreign.
Mm-hmm.
And I would either, take a vacation day, and apparently that was a no-no. So the company I was working for was like, so you can't be doing this, even though they're your vacation days. Like, this is a conflict of interest. It's us or your website. And I was like,
That doesn't make sense.
I know. And it's so different now because brands are really empowering employees to like be part of culture and share how much you love your job on social. It's so different. But back then it was a no-no. And I was like, well, I'm out because I'm working 80 hours already.
Yeah.
And around that time, I had a few brands that started reaching out. My first big one was Carnival Cruise Line. And they sent me an email. I got on a call with an agency. They were like, hey, we presented you to our client. We'd love to send you on a cruise. And like, let's do an ad campaign. And I was like, yeah, I don't even know what that means. Like, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
And I had a 1-year contract with them. They re-signed for a second year. We did a third year. And the weird thing with that was within the first post that went up, when I got home, I got like 10 more inquiries in my inbox.
Oh, wow.
And then it just started escalating. Within the first year, I worked with 100 brands. And I didn't know. It wasn't my plan. And I didn't know what I was doing because I don't have an adadvertising background. I didn't even know how much I should have been charging for advertising campaigns. Like, I can tell you a lot more than what I was charging. Because there's so much money in advertising.
Absolutely.
And when you say aha moment, there was a financial institution back then that was doing a tour and they were talking about what was your aha moment. So I was actually their person in Austin when they came to Austin to film an aha moment. So yes,
that was it.
Kind of had my aha moment then.
That's so funny. How cool. And I mean, at this point, you had already been writing in your blog for 5 years.
Yes.
And
with no readership.
And all these influencers out there today who are like, well, I started my page and I'm ready for it to take off. Yeah. And you're like, this has been years in the making, folks. I have been grinding and grinding and grinding with 0 viewership. I mean, that's insane. It takes a lot of dedication, you know?
It's been a long journey.
But it worked. I mean, look at you now. How many followers do you have on Instagram now?
A little bit over 200,000.
I mean, that's insane. And it's a testament to what you're doing. So that's super cool. So you mentioned that you've had all of these partnerships. What has been your favorite partnership to date? If you can choose one.
That's so hard.
I know.
So
you can name more than one if you want.
In the 10 years of working with brands, I've actually worked with over almost 700 brands.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's about 100 brands a year.
Yeah.
And I've been doing brand work for 10 years. And so it's been so many. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's so lucky. Like, I love every single brand I get to work with because it's just like a new project. I literally just came from building our son's new little playpen by a new brand called Maddie's Room.
Oh.
And so I'm venturing into this mom life / like baby toys and like how to keep them safe. And so it's new territory.
Isn't it so funny how your seasons of life are dictating what you are able to be a sponsor for?
I was literally sitting there building this and I'm like, I would not imagine. But it was the construction of the playpen was very interesting. And the person that came from it is from Ruggable. So I was like, oh, this is so interesting to see how she saw an opportunity. So I love things like that. So I don't know if I can say I have a favorite brand because I feel like every new brand I get to work with,
it's exciting in its own right.
Yes.
Yeah. So as the Austin go-to person, if you will, I mean, if I'm ever going on a date, I will look at your page on Instagram and be like, okay, where has she been that looks really good? Because that's the research that people do, and that's like the value that you bring. Can I ask you another favorites question?
Sure.
What's your favorite Austin date restaurant?
Ooh, my husband and I actually just went back to Justine's last week because their winter tent is back.
Okay.
And it's like highly coveted every like winter season.
Okay.
And I love the steak frites.
Okay. That sounds really good.
It's just like, I feel like it's not just the food, but it's also the vibe. And you're sitting inside this tent and it's like very Parisian vibes.
Well, and people are looking for that too when they're going, especially in somewhere like Austin. It's not, you go for the cool vibes anywhere you go. Yes. Really. I know I do. I mean, I have the places that I go to on the regular with my family and, you know, I have 2 small children, so we're a little limited of they'll go to anything and behave, but like what's fun for them is different than when we're going out, just the 2 of us. So
what's your favorite date night spot?
Oh, I love to go to Ludi's because it's beautiful.
It is so Beautiful.
So as a designer, I like to just look around and see everything beautiful around me, and I do love that. But I'm an Italian lover, so if I'm ever going out to eat, or like sushi bar is incredible because great sushi, but
So for Italian, where are you going for Italian?
We've been to lots of places. Red Ash is great.
I love Red Ash. I went there for my birthday this year because I just wanted pasta.
Okay,
And so
if
I
you're
went with a
choosing
bunch
that
of
place for
friends.
your birthday, that's a big deal.
I mean, I love
Yeah.
it. I told my girlfriends, I just want pasta.
Yeah.
And
That's me every
everyone that's
day.
coming is getting a plate of pasta because I want to have a bite of everyone's pasta. So we got like
My
7.
birthday was just to try all of your food.
Yeah, because I was like, so when the waiter came, I was like, we'll have one of each of the pastas, and I'm having a bite of each of these.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. Well, Red Ash, killing it. Good job. Okay, so moving back a little bit into your brand partnerships and when you realize this can be your full-time situation. After that moment where they said to you, you're taking too many vacation days. And by the way, I've worked for a company like that before where I'd be gone for 20 minutes to get lunch. And it's like, where are you?
Yes. I would go to the bathroom and they'd be like, where are you?
That's like,
and I'm like, I just went to the bathroom.
I just have to do what my body does. I don't understand.
That's
Why
it.
do you need me at all times? Yeah. No, that's so hard. I mean, and I try like owning a business and having several employees. I try to give them flexibility because I've experienced that. So it's nice that I think it's probably generational where the new people coming into jobs aren't experiencing it as much because people like in our place where we've experienced the difficult bosses out there where they're just, sorry, you can't go get lunch. You can't go do this. You can't use the restroom. You can't go on vacation. It's
hard.
It's hard. So it's nice to create a workspace that allows that. But for you, you work for yourself. You get to determine, your own schedule for the most part. Do you find that it's difficult to find the balance though, because you are essentially living in your work all the time?
Yes. I don't like that question when people ask, like, how do you find work-life balance? And I'm like, it's called work-life balance.
Yeah.
I am guilty of, I quit my 80-hour 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 9 to 5. It was like a 9 to 9.
Yeah.
To essentially
Because 9 to 5 doesn't equal 80.
No, it doesn't. The math is not math. But then I essentially quit that to then work 80 to 90 hours for myself because
But you're diving into yourself and your own business and your own brand.
And I loved content. So I loved working and editing till like 3 a.m. because that's like my quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really hard. I think if you are lucky enough to find something that you really love, it is very, very easy to pour so many hours into it. But I also think if you are able to do that consistently over a period of time, you will reap the rewards of it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, it's funny because when I'm designing a space, I'll sit up in bed and I'm doing it all day. But if I have to go in bed and do like paperwork or crunch numbers for, my bookkeeping, blah, 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 I'm like, I can't do it tonight. I'm too exhausted. But if I'm like designing a living room, I'm like, ooh, I'll sit here all night, and then I realize it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm like, oh, my alarm's set for 6. I gotta go to sleep, But it's so much easier when you love what you do. And that's so great that you created that for yourself and how empowering.
Yeah.
It probably, looking back, going in as pre-med and did you ever see this?
No, because I almost passed out every time I go to the doctor and I have to get blood drawn. So
why did you even want to do pre-med?
Because it was like the thing. Everyone wanted to be you're either pre-med or pre-law or you went into McCombs at UT.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do any of those,
and did you always know you wanted to go to UT? Was that a thing growing up?
I mean, if you grow up in Texas, it's kind of,
yeah,
you go to UT or you go to A-Dem.
Yeah. I grew up in Florida, so it was like Florida State, University of Florida. But then when my age group came around, UCF was.
Oh, okay.
So I went to UCF. Mm-hmm. But that's what it was. It's like you go to this school or this school, and that's just
those
all you
options.
know. Yeah, unless you leave the state, which some did, but
that's expensive.
It's expensive when you are able to get in-state tuition. Why would you? So, do you still dabble in wellness stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, do you still find interest in wellness content and things like that? Like, I know you go and experience wellness things and places in Austin and beyond, but do you enjoy the wellness sector still, even though you're out of?
I do. Like, I still, like, we have like a cold plunge sauna at home. So we still, like, I'm not very good about using that consistently, but we have built that into our home.
It's because you have to take the time to do
Yeah.
it. And you're like, that's me.
Yeah.
I have one too. I have a cold plunge and sauna at my house.
And
And
it's there.
it's there if I ever want to. My husband's good about it, but I'm horrible. I'm like once a month maybe.
I think my wellness version is I do a long bath soak at the end of the night.
Do you do it every day?
Yeah, I do it every night. And I did that from when I was pregnant. I did not like being pregnant. So every night before bedtime, I would soak for 30 to 60 minutes. It started off with 5 minutes. Then I learned that I could take my iPad and set it on the bathtub tray. So then it turned into 60 minutes as I'd watch something.
Yep.
And now it's just something I do every
nice.
night.
And your husband knows like this is your.
Oh, he's asleep.
Oh,
because
okay.
this is usually at 1 o'clock in the morning. Because I have my midnight pumps.
Okay. Yep. You got to pump.
Yeah.
Motherhood. So how old is your son now?
He is 3.5 months.
3.5
So
months.
it's little.
And you look great. I don't know how you did it.
Thank you.
It takes a long time and it takes a lot of work and diligence to bounce back.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, it does.
It's been a learning curve. I feel like a lot of moms don't tell you how it is because I think then you wouldn't want to go down this journey.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh my God, no one told me about mastitis or clogged ducts or pumping like twice a night because your boobs are going to explode. Or when we got back from the hospital, I was like, what do you mean he has a feed every hour?
I know.
Like, what do you mean?
You know what's so funny is with my first, I was like, we were trying to stay at the hospital as long as possible.
Oh, we did too.
I was like, I don't want to leave. I like these nurses being here,
I
helping.
like the room service.
Oh my gosh, the food comes to us. This is great. We went home and I was like, this is so scary. Like driving home was the worst because we're just like, we have this precious cargo. I've never cared about anything so much in my car. And it was so scary. And then she's crying at night and I'm like, please eat. It's scary. And nobody tells you because you think, oh, it'll be fine. Everybody does it. It's natural. And while a lot of it is, the weird things that people don't talk about are the things that are not natural. Like to know that you need to pump. Or to know that you need to feed, or to know, or else you're going to get mastitis, or,
And then when you get it, they're like, oh, it's just some people are more prone to it. There's nothing you can do.
And you're like, what?
And I'm like, oh, great.
You're like, okay, shop's closed for number 2.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So is breastfeeding going well, though, beyond the mastitis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very lucky. He sleeps through the night. But yeah, the mastitis, I never heard of this.
Yeah.
And I was telling you earlier, was that.
Did people tell you to put cabbage on your boobs?
That is the worst advice. I'm going to say it right now because it cuts your supply in half.
Stop. Really?
So be warned. It does help relieve the pain, but be warned, it cuts your supply.
Oh my gosh.
So they don't tell you that. Because usually by that time, most women are ready to stop breastfeeding.
Yeah.
So just FYI, I didn't know that. So this boob is like a fourth of the production of this boob.
Oh my gosh.
And so just anyone that's listening, just be warned.
That's crazy. I had no clue. And
There's
because I thought it was just like an old wives' tale
No, there's like enzymes or something that just, I guess, cuts the supply, like tells the body like, oh, we're going to start weaning off. And it doesn't come back. So I did that with this one because I went through 5 weeks of mastitis because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to the ER.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to stop there in case anyone's looking about having babies. And I'm not going to scare you. But yeah,
She's fine.
I'm fine. I survived. I'm
Yeah.
still here. And now we got mastitis in this one. But we're good.
But we're not putting cabbage on it.
No. And we tackled it early.
Yeah.
Go straight to the breast surgeon.
Yeah.
They will take care of you.
Yeah. But it does happen more frequently than you hear about. But that's with anything with motherhood. Nobody warns you about the weird, scary stuff because they want you to have babies.
Yeah.
So we do need to keep this planet going with more humans, but yeah, it is hard. And you're 3.5 months in, but the roller coaster doesn't end. With my 6 and 8-year-old, I'm like, oh, this is happening now. Okay, here we are. We're in this chapter now, which is scary and crazy and also amazing because every single day it's something really cool that they do. And
it is. Every day it's something. We just started getting smiles and giggles.
That aren't due to like gas.
Yes.
Like real ones.
But the first month was so hard because you're breastfeeding all hours and there's no like reward on the other end because they're just kind of sleepy. Yeah.
You're a slave to the milk. Your milk machine is what you are, which is a gift if you're able to, though.
Yes.
You know, so many people you hear, it's like, oh, I couldn't produce, or my baby couldn't latch, or, you know, so it's nice, but it comes with its difficulties. So, personal question, but do you want to try and breastfeed for a certain amount of time? Do you have like a goal? A lot of women talk about that.
Yeah. So right now, I'm calling these like short sprints, and I also would apply this to anyone that's starting a business. Is like, even when I get a lot of people who ask me, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to get to where you are, your brand. How do I do that? Okay, I'm gonna do all these." And I'm like, "No, you need to do it in like short sprints, right?"
Yeah.
And that's how I'm tackling mastitis now. Is like I'm now at 3.5, almost 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna try to get to 6.
Love that.
Once I get to 6,
we'll reassess.
I'm gonna see how my spirit is feeling, because when I had mastitis the first time, my spirit was pretty broken.
Yeah.
Like pretty broken.
Yeah.
But then I got over it and now I was like, I'm feeling good. So we're going to see. I'm going to see how I feel at month 6. Luckily, I do have some supply in the deep freezer.
That's good.
So
because you're pumping at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm doing 1 a.m. and 4:30.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's awesome.
For any mamas that have breastfed till 3 years old, I don't know.
Kudos. Good for you.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I've heard about those women. I'm like, how?
I know. I don't know. My body wouldn't produce anymore. My daughter was, I think, 9 or 10 months. And my body was like, okay, I'm done. And we're not going to make anymore. But she was also eating other foods. And she loved to eat like all the different things that we were giving her.
I'm excited. It's
so
fun.
It's so fun. And she, oh my gosh, it was just sitting in the high chair and like having conversation while it was just the greatest. It was such a cool, special time. And then with my son, I only lasted 6 months because my body stopped producing after that. So
just all of a sudden?
It was like gradual. very gradual.
Like you noticed the reduction.
Where it was less and less and less. They were no longer getting like big and hard and like full anymore. And it was very weird. But and it's funny because I've never had like a large breasts ever in my life. I've always been very small.
I was like, wow, I have boobs.
I know. It's weird.
And then other moms are like, enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah. They're like, I was like, it doesn't stay. They're like, no.
And then they shrivel up into little like pointy nubs. And you're like, oh, well, this is it for me.
Oh my God.
Hope you love me, honey. But literally, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't care. I prefer it. I like them better small than when they're full of milk because it's just uncomfortable. So if it's this or full of milk, I'll take this.
I was trying to explain to someone because they're like, well, can't you just sleep through it? And I'm like, no.
Mm-mm.
I literally wake up and I feel like my boob is going to explode across the whole room. And there's milk everywhere. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Like, well,
and if you don't relieve it, it's super painful. And also like, or we're soaking wet everywhere. Yes. And nobody wants to do those sheets or the clothes right away. It smells. Sorry. You're like, I'm in it right now. I'm aware. You're bringing back all of these memories. And I'm like, but it's good. It's a beautiful time.
Yes.
So back into your small sprints with business, you do a lot of, what's it called? The word I'm looking for is consulting. Mm-hmm. You do a lot of consulting for entrepreneurs and people who are interested in moving into your sector of influencing and blogging. And how does somebody come into, okay, Jane, I'm interested in XYZ. How do they approach you? Do you have like a program with people, or do you do like one-on-one sessions at a time? How does that work?
Great question. 2 years ago, I actually really wanted to create a program because I was getting so many inquiries. It was like every day.
Wow.
How do I do what you're doing? How do I do social? And a lot of it wasn't even so much people who wanted to be influencers or creators. It was someone who just wanted to either start their own social media agency
Oh,
or
interesting.
they wanted to change careers and become a social media manager. And so I did highly evaluate it for half a year, and I decided to table that because as an entrepreneur, I call them kind of like idea fairies.
Yeah.
Like an idea comes to you at sometimes it's 3 a.m. in the morning, sometimes it's during lunchtime. A lot of times mine come when I'm driving and I'm just kind of like zoned out and just trying to get to my destination.
Yeah.
And I think I read this from a book is these idea fairies come, and if you don't want it, then it's going to float to somebody else, which is why so many times when you see something, you're like, oh, I thought about doing that.
Yeah.
You didn't do it.
Yeah.
Somebody else did it. And sometimes they're not successful, then the idea goes to another person, right? And so for me, I had that idea fairy, and I evaluated it, and I kind of was like, for me, I'm very much an introvert, and talking to people, it really drains me. And I was like, I don't feel like this is for me.
It's a lot of work to create that one-on-one experience for people too.
So I take one-offs. I do like one-on-one consulting hours. So people can usually book on my website. So usually I think most people are pretty savvy about going to my website. They see the link there and they'll book time with me.
And is it typically like via Zoom?
I use Google Meet. So
yeah.
And a lot of times it's not someone who's wanting to be an influencer. It's usually a small business owner who's like, hey, I need social media help. I know people use social to drive sales or traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you look at my page and tell me what I need to do?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a cool, just additional thing that you've learned, again, from creating your own experiences, and like forging the way for others.
And social has changed so much.
It does every day. I can't keep up with it.
It does every day. And when I first started in 2010 to like 2016, it was photos. And the era of photos was so easy because you could Photoshop anything. Like when I was doing brand work, if a brand needed a vision, I'm like, cool, jump on Photoshop. You don't like that my shirt was red, I'll turn it blue. Or you don't like that person that was lurking in the background, I can just boop.
They're gone.
We're gone.
Yeah.
You can't do that now in the era of video. Video is exponentially harder, and not everyone is comfortable being on video.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
When you're about to post, do you ask permission? Like when you're in a space and you're videoing, do you typically feel like you need to ask permission to post things since you do have such a large audience? Or
I just try to be respectful. I usually, if I'm at a restaurant and before I film, I'll look around. I'll make sure someone's not like staring straight at my camera lens where you can see their face straight on. Like I'll usually take a glance and be like, okay, everyone's kind of looking at their meal, looking at their person. I don't go video people in their face.
No.
Yeah. So I usually don't get people in their face. I don't usually have to ask.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you use special video equipment or do you typically use your phone now?
Just my iPhone.
I mean, they're so good.
They're so good. I love my Sony camera. It's actually great for videos, but people don't want the professionally produced content anymore because it looks like too perfect.
Yeah.
And that was so hard for me to unlearn. After 2020, I felt like social change where, people were sharing what they're doing at home, and you would see, like, I love watching mom content now being a new mom. I love seeing the mom content where her hair's in a bun and she's just in the kitchen, and it's not like someone who's like perfectly dressed, has makeup, her curls are just done, and I know because I can tell. And it's like you didn't just wake up. You just don't relate to it.
No.
And people don't want that anymore. But that was so hard for me because before 2020, I had done so many years of brand content where the brands are like, we want you to look like this. I would have brands that are like, we want your nail polish to be like this shade of red.
Oh, wow.
And I would go out and get my nails done to that shade of red.
Yeah.
And having to unlearn that was, I would say, harder than trying to learn social from scratch.
That's so wild. But I mean, it's the perfectionism and professionalism of what you've created, So you're like, oh, of course, this is what we do. Do you feel like now it's because of COVID that people kind of shifted what they want out of the content they're seeing, or do you?
Absolutely. Yeah, because all of us spent pretty much a year at home on our phones and our computers.
So, since so much of what you do is going and experiencing places and things, what was your experience like at that point?
I think COVID was very hard for all of us and challenged
Mhm.
all of us very differently. I had a hard time with adjusting with content so early on because if you do funny content, people say you're insensitive. I was promoting restaurants, trying to get people to like buy and support from our local restaurants here in
Yeah.
Austin, but then COVID on plastic bags was such a big
Yep.
hoax in the very beginning, and
Mhm.
people were like, "How dare you? You should not be telling people to order takeout. You're spreading COVID."
Oh gosh.
So, like,
You're like, "I'm
I
sorry."
couldn't win,
Yeah.
and I just felt like I had to tiptoe while still managing, like, my own emotions at home.
And to still be present so that you don't lose relevance.
Yes. Um, I don't really remember exactly how I survived the whole year, but got through it
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, like everybody did. I mean, it was just wild for everyone. Um, do you struggle now with, like do you have any fear of losing relevance to people?
I mean, I didn't until now.
No, but you're such a huge I mean, you shouldn't. Number 1, backtrack. You shouldn't fear that because you have created such a huge following for yourself to where but I feel like I fear that with what I'm doing with my shop, with the interior design firm, with anything, I mean, one day people might not need me anymore or care about what I'm doing or what I'm selling or creating. And so there's like a weird fear there where it's like, oh, I have to keep going. I guess that's like a good driving factor to keep working hard.
It is. I think as women, I think about this a lot of times and I look at my husband and I'm like, how does he not think twice about if he can or cannot do that or not qualify? Like they just don't have it in them, right? But as women, I
Yeah.
think we do.
Hmm.
And I have to constantly remind myself like change is scary. But if change is scary, that means there's growth. And in terms of your question of how am I losing relevance? Yeah, like I do worry about that. For example, I used to go to 3 restaurants a day. Every single day. I don't know how I did it in my 20s, but I had a lot more energy back then, and
Hmm.
my metabolism was also a lot faster, right?
Yeah.
And now I mean, this year I was pregnant for most of the year, so all I wanted to eat were deli sandwiches.
And yeah.
And now I don't care for deli sandwiches, but I was, like, so obsessed with deli sandwiches, and with all these new restaurants that were opening, I didn't wanna go to any of them, and so I actually didn't really do any restaurant content at the beginning of the year until, like, probably, like, June.
Wow.
But if you look at A Taste of Koko and if you follow me, did you see that?
No.
You
Yeah.
probably didn't even notice. You also didn't know
But
that
it
I
was in the
was
back of your mind.
Yeah, it was the whole time, but I was also, like, pregnant and miserable, which
Mhm.
you also probably didn't notice because I didn't post about it because I didn't think it was appropriate.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Do
didn't
you ever
wanna
feel like you want to share more about, like,
I
things
might
like that?
I might. I feel like mom stuff and pregnant stuff it's, like, frowned upon, which is why I think you don't know about things like mastitis because
Yeah.
people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be careful about, like, what I share and what I don't share.
But there's a line because I think that a lot of people appreciate authenticity in moms especially, where it's like, "Oh my gosh, she's experiencing this, I'm
Yeah.
experiencing this," and then it, like,
I think I
sparks
wouldn't
excitement.
I don't think I'll share it in real time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll maybe 3 months, 4 months from now when our son's a little older and we're now in the toddler stage, I might
Mhm.
reflect back on the infant stage. We'll see. But I have FOMO. Like, I see a lot of people going to all these new restaurants, things to do, and I'm like, "That's not my life now."
Mhm.
Like, I have to plan ahead. I can't leave, to go do something,
Yeah.
and I don't want to, and I think that's okay. I think that's a conversation that you have to have with yourself. Like, right now, my priorities are getting through breastfeeding
Mhm.
and mastitis.
Yeah.
And also, like, my husband and I are building and curating, these collection of homes,
Mhm.
and that's like a new season.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay because I think if you're stagnant for so long, there's no growth. And I think my audience understands that. Like, when people started following me, I was 20 years old. I'm 36 now. Like, you
Yeah.
can't expect me to be going to restaurants all the time.
Or bars all the time.
Bars.
Or yeah, I mean you're not living that life anymore.
No.
Nor should you if
And
your life...
And my audience is not either.
No.
Their majority are married, and they're also either already have kids. Actually, a lot of them already have kids.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them have actually been so sweet to like message me and be like, oh, if you haven't heard about this, like buy this. Or,
Oh,
hey,
that's so nice.
Because they've been there and done that.
Yeah. Have you gotten any really cool ideas from any of your followers who have sent you like, this is the greatest baby trick that I learned and it will help you XYZ?
The baby bottles was really helpful. I didn't know babies were so picky about bottles.
I know the nipple has to be like a certain
just
way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so I learned about, we use pigeon now. And so who knew?
Yeah.
I'm like, you just came to on Earth. How do you
already have... Why are you so picky already?
I know.
It's so funny. How do you know what you like and you don't?
Yeah.
That's great though. And I know it's wild, the whole ride from like your journey of what you were when you created this to now. I mean, it's a test of like a generational thing almost, where you're like your whole generation has shifted with you, you know?
Yes.
Which is really cool.
And it's also been really cool from a work perspective. I'm signed with a talent agency, so they help me manage all my contracts and brand partnerships. And so when I was nearing labor, my agency would tell brand partners like, hey, like Jane might be giving birth, like anywhere from now to like 3 weeks. Like just know, if you're booking a project with her, there might be a delay.
Yeah.
Because she might go into labor. Who knows? We don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so it was great and so amazing to have so many agencies that had moms on teams that were like, totally understand if you need an extra week, if she needs to push this back by 3 weeks, like just let us know. And
that's amazing.
Because as you know, for those of us that work for ourselves, we don't get paid maternity leave. And unfortunately, I'm just taking mine now at 3.5 months because the first couple of months, like I had just signed a bunch of projects right before and they all kicked in right when I gave birth.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was recovering from early postpartum and working on like 30 projects. I did it. I'm here.
She survived.
Yeah, I survived.
That's crazy. I mean, and it's a whole nother level because all these people are relying on you and you need that paycheck too. And
I think as working with so many brands, you learn like deadlines are deadlines and you meet the deadline.
Yeah. Or else you're not going to get another partnership in the future.
No, and it applies to any line of work. Yeah. You show up, you say please and thank you, and if there's a deadline, you abide by that deadline. And by doing that, you're already better than 90% of the population.
Yeah. And it's all about managing expectations too. So if there is some sort of issue with, hey, I see that your deadline is this date, it's the open communication of, hey, just so you know, I'm going to do my best to make that deadline, and you probably still will, but then you make them happy by saying, telling them your situation.
Instead of not responding. I think a lot of people don't respond, and then whether it's your client or on my end, it's the agent, they're like, where are you? Like, it's not good if you do that.
Yeah. So you mentioned Howdy Homes with your husband. Tell me how this came to be, what Howdy Homes is, your role in all of it. It's an exciting new venture for you. I want to hear all about it.
Thank you. So before Josh and I met, I was already in love with real estate. I think a lot of it came from like visiting pretty hotels, and we have so many beautiful restaurants in town. And around that time, I had started a project with a few girlfriends called Sunday House in Fredericksburg. So we have a collection of 3 beautiful historic homes that you can book for like a weekend getaway.
Oh, super cool.
And I loved that project. And I was like, I want to do more. And so I had started looking for other projects, and that's around the same time when I met Josh. And Josh, on his own, was starting to do a few renovations in Palm Springs.
Oh, fun.
And so when I met him and I flew out to go visit him in Palm Springs, our first project was actually building this like swinging like chair in his backyard. Oh. And we didn't kill each other.
That's a good sign.
I know, it was a good sign. And he was like, I'm renovating and you're renovating. Like, we have a lot of common like interest. And so when he moved to Austin for me, I was like, I like looking at properties on the weekend. You can come with me. You don't have to come with me. Like, I did this all on my own, even when I had partners before.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I love this. So we started looking at properties and we landed on the home that we're living in right now. And through that process, he just loved it. He came in his 20s. He worked for Starbucks and helped them build about 500 stores in Canada. So he loved the whole like construction, the workflow, managing expectations, talking to contractors. I don't like that.
Yeah, I was going to say it takes a special person to like that portion of it.
And for him, he was like, well, someone needs to interior design these properties. And the woman in me was like, I can't do this. I need to have a degree. I bought a membership on Masterclass, never used it. Because he was like, I need this house furnished today.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, I'm going to go do it. And I was like, oh my God.
You're like, you don't do it.
No, you don't. No, you do not do it. So I had done all of our vacation rentals in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And I did a kicking and screaming because I had so much self-doubt. Like, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And
then
you can do it.
Yeah. You did a great job.
Like, as women, like, you can. You can do it. You will figure it out.
Yeah.
And one of our homes actually got featured on Magnolia Network.
Neat. Cool.
And I was like, okay, I can kind of do this.
Yeah.
And then when it came to our home, I actually interviewed a bunch of interior designers, but I felt like no one understood my vision. And it came down to the deadline again where he was like, okay, it's time. Like, we have to start picking out tile. And I was like, okay, let me just start with tile. And so did it. And I was like, okay, this is not as bad and scary as I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, you're an artist. So you have a good creative eye.
And I'm very like, if I can do something repetition, that's my comfort.
Yeah.
And I also like to be organized. Josh is not as organized as me. Like, on the fly does not work for me. And so I've learned a system of building out like design decks. And I have like certain tile companies that I source from and furniture. Like, I know fabrics now. So it gives you confidence.
Yeah. If you have your catalog that you can pull from and you know that these are good materials, you're like, oh, this is attainable.
Like, I have like my things, like my toys to play with. And then came Howdy Homes. Like, Josh was like, I love this. I want to build more. And I was like, no, we can't. We can't do this.
Amazing. And here we are.
He was like, well, we're doing it. He's like, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Whether you're in or out. Yeah.
And so naturally, I had to do the interior design for our collection of homes. And
awesome.
I think sometimes as women, you'll truly surprise yourself if you take that leap of faith and just do it. And you're not gonna do it well. The first couple of times, like, you just
But then you'll figure it out.
But you'll figure it out. And you'll only get better.
Well, because we're really good as women at recognizing our mistakes.
Yes.
And being like, okay, next time. And then actually next time not doing it. And making sure it's better and better and better every single time you do it with anything we do. That's what's really cool about being a woman. I don't feel like, well, I love men, but I don't know if men are all wired that way. I feel like there's something programmed in our brains as women.
No, they just kind of bulldoze through it. Whether or not they did it right or wrong, or if they can figure out they can do it or not do it, they just keep going.
Yeah. It's like, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And then it's fine. And then I'm very annoyed.
Yeah.
Because I sat here for 2 days trying to think about if I wanted to do it or not.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how does it work with Howdy Homes? Do you guys find
So we're doing brand new construction.
Okay.
We have about 11 homes in South Austin.
That are already built?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we have a new property that just went live. It's called South First Residences. So 6 brand new construction homes, 3 stories, wraparound patios, and then rooftop decks with cold plunge and sauna. Because again, integrating the wellness. And we're seeing a lot of people in Austin really love that. And I think both of us being homeowners, we just never really understood why a lot of homes are not built. I don't want to say beautiful to start with, but a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times you buy a home, then you're like, oh, I hate the tile.
I have to make it beautiful myself. Yeah.
You want to tear out the flooring. You want to tear out the tile, redo the bathroom. And you don't understand, like, a bathroom renovation is like $10,000 at least. It's expensive.
I mean, more than that, but yes.
Yeah. If you're doing it just from base level. And so why not just do it right?
Yeah.
From the very beginning. So
it's amazing.
In our homes, you see a lot of natural colors, like with the cabinet colors, all custom cabinetry, like natural color tiles.
Love that.
Yeah.
So someone's going to come into a serene
Yes.
wellness environment
That's
of
move-in
beauty.
ready.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And that was just something that I really wanted when we started first looking in Austin, was like, why isn't there anything just like that you feel like you walk in and you're like, oh, I already feel like I'm at home.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is, in the early 2000s, it was like house, 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 house,
Like
house.
mass production.
And they're all just the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm going to walk into when I go into a certain neighborhood because I've seen so many of them. So I'm like, it's going to have this type of tile, unless the homeowner before these people who are hiring me, unless they swap something, like I'm going to see this brown tile, the granite with the brown and black speckles and,
Ugh.
I know, but it's easy to make it look better when it's like that when you go in. But I mean, it's crazy to me that that's how they were doing things back then. And also like walls that aren't straight and, the orange peel everywhere because they want to hide the
imperfections.
non-straight walls.
But I think now we are, like, it's so exciting. I feel like now we are just smarter consumers. And I'm not even talking just about home. Like when you go to the grocery store.
Oh, absolutely.
You have so many options to choose from. When you go to a restaurant, or before you even go to a restaurant, you have so many options to choose from. We become smarter consumers. And we
also know what we like.
Yes.
Kind of like your baby.
Yes.
With his bottles.
But came out was like, nope, I don't want these bottles. I want the nice bottle.
Exactly. Only fancy bottles for me, please. No, but I mean, we are more okay with not just living with things now. We're able to curate exactly the type of sofa we want. We're able to customize anything we want if we are financially able to. But also, like, there are a lot of options out there that are financially not horrible for people who maybe can't afford the fanciest of the fanciest, So it's more attainable to have something that is more in your direction of interest versus, what it was like even 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Down from like your coffee table, but also with like our jewelry. We can go get custom jewelry that's $30 versus at 4 years ago, it would cost like $300 for a necklace with an L on it, but now it's like everywhere I turn around. It's just interesting,
It's a new exciting era is the way I see it. And you can either embrace it.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. But if you don't, you're going to be kicking yourself because you'll be frustrated all the time. Yeah. So then if somebody wants to purchase a Howdy home, how does that work?
You can message us or go to our website, howdyhomes.co.
Awesome.
And we can introduce you to our listing agent.
Amazing. Okay, so we have to wrap this up, but I do have one question that I do ask everybody because I am a creature of habit, and you mentioned your bath and maybe that's what it is, but do you have any day-to-day rituals that really like anchor you to your core?
I'll share two things. So I love my nighttime bath. It's my me time.
Yeah.
I load up my bath, put in my salts, and then my bathtub tray and my iPad so I can watch. Right now I'm rewatching Gossip Girl.
I just did that a year ago and maybe a little over a year, but it's so good to watch again.
And the interesting thing is when you take a couple of years break, right, and you rewatch it, you kind of see and feel. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I watched it for the first time years
You were
ago.
in shock?
Well, I was just like, oh, it's just like fun. But now watching, I'm like, oh my God, all of you are extremely toxic.
Yeah. Very psycho.
Yeah, like psycho, yes. But, I'm going to sit here an hour.
And it's nice to watch something that's mindless and easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my ritual. And then I have a morning ritual. I actually learned this. We had a traditional Chinese confinement nanny when first came back from the hospital. And so one of the things I took away from her was this tea. And I swear by this for anyone that's going to have a baby soon is the first 30 days trying to not drink any cold beverages. So just drink warm beverages, warm water.
After having a baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you want to like protect your like heat in your body. And one of the things that you can also consume that's very good for you is a date tea. So she'll put like a few dates, like dried dates,
Okay.
and then goji berries, and then long which is like a Chinese fruit, and then you just steep that with water, and it's sweet,
Oh.
but it's like Chinese medicine, but it helps you replenish your blood supply
Wow.
after you
Just
give
lost a
birth. A
ton?
ton.
Yeah.
Like for me, when
Wow.
I gave birth, like 10 pounds gone, right?
Yeah.
Because baby was
You
like
feel
7.
so
Yeah.
weak,
Yes.
too.
And you are.
Yeah.
Because you just birthed a human. But it's super important to like protect your body. And I think that's, I mean, I swear that's how, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fully recovered, but I
But it
feel like
helped
that's
you.
how I recovered so quickly.
Wow.
Was like making sure you drink hot beverages, and if you can, try this tea.
Okay. I'm going to follow up with you on
Yeah.
that so that you can send it to me and I can
Yes.
put it in the show notes because that's
Yes.
super
And
interesting.
it's not expensive.
Yeah.
Like you can get goji berries at Whole Foods now.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy. My gosh, that's so wild. Well, thank you for that. And so do you do it in the morning or at
Yes.
night?
So I
Okay.
start my morning with that tea. And even drinking that, I find myself not reaching for coffee anymore.
Wow. I might try it. If I didn't reach for coffee, it would be a miracle.
But you'll notice like that you don't need
Does it give you clarity, you feel?
Yeah, like you just feel good.
Cool.
Like you don't feel anxious.
Mhm.
Because I used to get so anxious. And then you don't feel like you even need that caffeine kick from coffee.
That's amazing.
And it's all natural.
And after being up all night, if you feel that way, that's
Yes.
remarkable.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, Jane, thank you so much for being here. It has been such a joy to get to know you, your journey, and I hope that our listeners are able to take something away as far as, I mean, just the grit that you have shown and that you're always, changing and evolving and doing what's next, keeping your head up to like pay attention to your surroundings so that you can, take another leap. I think that's really cool. So, and congratulations on Howdy Homes. I'm very excited for that. And thank you for spending a little time here with Laura. If you enjoyed today's conversation, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share the episode with a friend. It helps more than you know. And you can find out more about our guests today and me and everything we talked about in the show notes. And please be sure to follow Jane on Instagram and TikTok, A Taste of Koko. And until next time, please take care of yourself and don't forget to make space for what really matters.